are here in Birmingham and to the 1995 Gladiator Heats. Well, many of this year's contenders have said time and time again how tough they've found it rehearsing for the actual show. Well, they've seen nothing yet, because tonight they're going to have to dig really deep as they face the real thing.
That's right, and also every year the prizes get bigger and bigger, and this year they are big. £5,000 cash, a fabulous holiday for two on the Paradise Islands, wait for it, in the Bahamas. So, if that's not enough, also a fabulous four-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicle.
And of course, our two runners-up won't walk away empty-handed. They'll each take home £2,000. So let's meet the people who are playing. Tonight, they are Melanie Blewitt
and Tracey Fulthorpe.
You look very relaxed. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do and where you're from.
I come from Whitstable and I'm a market trader.
And I understand you've got two children?
Yes, they're here today. Ronnie's 17 and my son who's 13, Shannon.
Goodness me, 17 and 13. Well, you don't look old enough, you really don't. Tell us a little bit about market trading and what you have to do for that.
It's quite a nice business because you're out in all weathers. When the sun shines, it's nice. When it's wet, it's not so nice.
I bet it isn't.
No.
What sort of training have you done for Gladiators? I understand you've been undertaking some very special training.
Well, since I've been picked to be on the Gladiators, I've been training in a really nice establishment, Canterbury Nick. And I also train at Whitstable Gym, which I have for a long time. And the PTIs there have really put me through it.
I bet they have, and you have to be very fit, of course, to be on Gladiators. Any last thoughts before you go off and prepare for the first event?
Yeah. If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly!
Melanie Blewitt!
OK, Tracey, what do you do for a living?
Well, I don't work. I'm a mother of 4 children.
4 children? Are they here tonight?
Yeah, they certainly are.
And what are their age ranges?
The oldest one's 9 and the youngest one's 2.
So today you're going to be doing it for all the housewives out there?
Certainly am, yeah, all the housewives. Hardest job. It's the hardest job.
Well, certainly there's a few here anyway. And what do you do in your spare time, if you have any spare time?
Well, I don't really have much spare time. I just try to fit my bit training in, get away from the kids for a couple of hours. I do some weight training and step aerobics, a bit running. That's about it. I like karaoke as well, so that's one of my favourite things to do.
So you sing, do you?
Just a little bit.
So promise us, if you win, you're going to sing us a song.
Well, I might do that, yes, definitely.
That'll do us. OK, off you go. Get yourself ready. Here's her for Tracey.
So while the girls prepare for their first game, let's meet the guys. They are Geoff Kenyon
and Brian Richardson. Come on, Brian.
Sounds like you've brought 1 or 2 friends there. Where are these people from?
Most of them from Blackpool.
Is that where you're from?
That's right, yeah.
What do you do there?
I'm a pool supervisor at Flippers Leisure Club in Blackpool.
Oh, there's a few people from there as well. So what do you do during the day?
Well, mainly things you do on a pool side. Lifeguarding, testing the chemicals in the water. Basically keeping everybody happy.
Well, that sounds good. And you're obviously very fit, because what did you do before that?
I was a paratrooper in the RAF for 3 years. I then went to work on the QE2 as a personal fitness trainer.
Oh, goodness, that must have taken you to some glamorous resorts and places.
Yeah, well, I travelled to Bermuda, went to New York several times, and travelled around the Mediterranean as well.
Terrific. And now you're in Birmingham. What do you think?
It's great. I'm just can't believe how many people there are, and I can't wait to get going. I've trained so hard.
Well, I'll let you go off and prepare for the first event. Geoff Kenyon!
Now, Brian, are you a family man?
I am, John, yes, and I've got my wife and all the family here today. All supporting me.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm in the Royal Navy. I'm a Chief Petty Officer, physical trainer in the Royal Navy. At the moment, I'm based up in Scotland.
So you're not sailing around all over the world?
Oh, not yet. I'm due to join aircraft carrier Invincible very shortly, and I'll be away warmer climes, I think we'll say.
Where are you going to be going? Somewhere exotic?
Yes, I've got a Mediterranean cruise sorted out later.
Where?
Well, just off the coast of Bosnia, I expect we'll be...
To Bosnia, you're one of the few, are you?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. We'll be out there sorting a few things out, yeah.
Well, don't worry about that. We'll be all behind you. So what do you do in your spare time?
Not a lot, really. I play a lot of uckers and do a lot of hurdling and stuff like that, yeah.
All unusual sports?
Oh, yes, yeah, very unusual sport. And we'll tell you more about uckers later on, John, if you want.
Great stuff. Off you go. Get yourself ready, Brian.
So now we've met our contenders, let's kick off with event number 1.
So the ladies are ready, and it's a Tracey! And she's going to be pursued by Vogue!
Let's kick off our brand new series with one of our brand new gladiators. This is Vogue, and she looks good to me.
And then Melanie! And she's going to be pursued by Zodiac! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Our very own Judge Dredd, referee John Anderson, starts the first event of the 1996 Gladiator season. Tracey Fulthorpe is in yellow. Unbalanced a little there. She's got rookie Gladiator Vogue on her tail. And Melanie Blewitt in pink is being pursued by Zodiac. First contender across the finishing line notches up 10 points, second gets 5, unless, of course, the Gladiators catch them or they incur penalty points. And market trader Melanie making hard work of it. Mother of 4 Tracey working hard and, well, heaving herself into the lead. And Tracey over the low wall. And Melanie in trouble at the moment. Zodiac is getting on her. Look at that. She's dived on her and tagged her. A star performance from Zodiac. Meanwhile, Tracey is making up ground. And she's clearly on for a comfortable win. And look at that. Scrambling under the web trap is still Vogue. Tracey, plenty of time to size up the second web trap. Tramples it down with contempt. A baptism of fire this for Vogue, making her television debut against such a convincing contender. Tracey Fulthorpe, a good win, a great start.
Well done, Tracey. Congratulations. Tell me, what is the hardest part of pursuit?
Oh, definitely the wall. I just didn't think I was going to be able to get over. It was terrible.
It looked hard work.
Yeah, it really is. I'm knacked now.
Tracey, can we just bring in John Anderson? Just clarify the scores for us, Johnny.
Yes, the position is that if you complete the course successfully without any infringements, you get 10 points. However, unfortunately in this case, Tracey, you had your foot down twice at the balance beam, so your total points are 8.
So she scored 8 points. Well done, Tracey. Thank you, John.
So after the first event, Melanie yet to score, Tracey has 8. Next, it's the men.
First up is Brian. And he's going to be pursued by Cobra. And next up is Geoff. And he's going to be pursued by the Raider.
Raider, another tough new gladiator making his first appearance. If he's as good as his stats, he'll be okay.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Lifeguard Geoff Kenyon in red, Navy man Brian in blue, and you may notice the yellow markers on the corners of the balance beams. Contenders have to touch each of these with a foot to stay within the rules. And every foot on the floor, a point penalty, just like that from Geoff. Oh, Geoff stumbles. As Brian hits the hand ladder first, Geoff recovers his momentum. Raider is hard on his tail. In fact, Raider's shaping up for a strike at Geoff. Oh, Raider's lost it. Brian sprinting into the lead, obeys the rules. He takes the wire bridge furthest from him. Both men make short work of the skin blistering bridge. Gladiators right out of the frame, scuttling under the web trap like a couple of tarantulas. High wall next. Geoff holds himself to the top and into the lead. Geoff incredibly quick on the ground, extending his lead. Oh, he's lost it! Sucked into the quicksand of the second web trap. Brian Richardson sprints to the finish and snatches the win. Quite remarkable. Brian's wife, Julie, can't believe it. Neither can his proud parents.
Well done, Brian.
In the replay, we can see Geoff shapes to long jump the web trap, but that trailing foot sends him a perler.
Well done, Brian. Josh got there. Tell me, did you know that Geoff had gone down?
Oh yeah, I happened to glance left just as we come out of the little web on the deck there. I thought, oh no, unlucky for Geoff, but I took advantage of it and steamed home. Had to get my skates on. Cobber was right at me, right behind me.
Yeah, wasn't he? Let's bring John Anderson just to clarify the scores. Johnny.
Yes, John. In this case, I'm delighted to be able to tell you that Brian had no infringements and scored the full 10 points.
So 10 points! Well done, Brian!
Unfortunately, that is not the case with Geoff. Although he scored 5 points for finishing second, 4 points are deducted because of the infringements, and he is left with 1 point.
Thanks very much, Johnny.
Whoa. Well, Brother Neil has got the ump with that decision.
We've just heard what the referees had to say. I'd say I'm very disappointed because you worked incredibly hard.
I was a bit unlucky there. It was my best event in training. I never came off the beam in training, but I was a bit unlucky tonight. Still got 1 point, though.
I know, it's all that paratroop training you've had. You've done assault courses up to your ears, haven't you?
That's right, I have, yeah. So I was a bit nervous, so slipped in a couple of places, but I'll just keep my head up and do as best I can on the next event.
Never mind, Geoff. More events to come. Let's hear for Geoff and Raider.
Well, after one event, the audience are really pumped up here. So's Raider. Well, it's a bit early to give it up, son. You've only just started. After one event in the men's, Geoff's on 1, Brian's on 10.
So now it's on with our next event, which is one of your all-time favourites. Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Tracey. And she's going to be chased by Amazon. Also raring to go, it's Melanie. And she's going to be pursued by Nightshade.
Well, a debut event for Amazon, world-famous medal-winning Olympian, and looking to prove she's just as awesome out of the water. As the contenders contemplate their climb, here's what Melanie has to say about appearing on Gladiators.
The toughest gladiator of them all is definitely Nightshade. You know, just by a past record, because I've read up all about them and I know she was a taekwondo expert and she was in the Olympic Games. So, yes, I'm not really looking forward to battling with Nightshade because I know she's going to mean business. But if you want to throw Hunter at me or Trojan, I'll have a go anytime.
And who can blame her?
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
The only way is up. First to the top gets 10, second gets 5. Melanie in the pink and Tracey in the yellow, hoping to get as much wall between themselves and our 2 Olympian gladiators in 7 seconds. Here comes trouble. Nightshade is on Melanie. Amazon is on Tracey. And what's happened to Melanie? Looks like she's stopped to enjoy the view. An easy stop there for Nightshade. Melanie's daughter, Ronnie, wondering what came over her mum. Amazon's got a piece of Tracey, and it looks like we're in for a grueling test of grips here. And look at that determination. She's not letting go. Her dad and daughter, Kerry, willing her to hang on. And it looks like Tracey set up a base camp on that wall. She's not going to be shifted. There's Nightshade screaming advice to Amazon. Time is running out. And Amazon taking her advice. She's changed her grip. She's gone for the harness. It's so close. Oh, she stripped her of the timeout. Well, it's too close for me to call. I don't know about you at home. Tracey's family don't know. There's Tracey's other half. Does he know? No, he doesn't know. Only one person does, and that's Uli.
Well, Tracey, that was tremendously exciting. I mean, you were holding on for what must have seemed like hours, and it seemed to me as if you were still holding on when the whistle blew, but what do you feel?
Oh, I don't know, I just keep a hold, don't let go of the wash out with the top. Hang on, I'm hanging on.
In fact, you got a better grip, didn't you, Amazon? You first had her foot and then you got hold of her harness.
That's right, she's a long way up there, so I had hold of her foot and I just couldn't quite reach, so I jumped near the end. I thought I'd just go for it, and I managed to get hold of the back of her harness here and then pulled her off.
Well, there's only one man who can have the final result and the final say, John Anderson. You've seen it back on tape. What's the verdict?
Well, Ulrika, it was very tight. I've checked the video, and I'm delighted to be able to tell you that the whistle went before Tracey came off the
5 points, Tracey. How do you feel about that?
Oh, but it was worth hanging on for.
It certainly was. Well done, Tracey.
5 of the hardest points she'll ever earn. After 2 events, Melanie still to score. Tracey's on 13.
Now we move into the men's wall and contemplating the 36-foot climb. It's Brian. He's going to be chased by the Cobra. Also on the start line, it's Geoff. And he's going to be pursued by Hunter.
Let's do it.
Well, there's Geoff eyeing up the wall. And here's what Brian thought when he first saw it himself.
When I first come into the arena, I thought, why have they taken all those handholds off the wall? How are we going to get up there? What a silly thing to do.
3, 2, 1.
So it's Geoff in the red and Brian nearest to us in the blue. And he seems to be clawing his way into the lead as the Gladiators have fired into action, and Hunter, like a bullet out of a gun, straight on his prey, rips Geoff from the wall. Hunter's certainly not come to mess about this season. Completely ruthless. Back to the action. Cobra neatly snaking his way up the wall. Brian on for 10 points. If he gets to the top, Cobra strikes. And Brian is in a dither. He's got to find a better grip, and Cobra's got him. He takes him off the wall, and it was so close. The Gladiators keep a clean sheet.
Well, Geoff, having been in the RAF, I would have thought you'd have had a head for heights, but you looked very hesitant there.
Well, I got a good start, but Hunter is too fast for me. He's been training hard, and he's looking good.
You certainly are. 100%.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been training hard all year, and this year I feel like I can fly up that thing, so they've got to be good to get by.
You look very, very light on your feet. Never mind, Geoff. A few more events to go. Geoff and Hunter. And I suppose you're pleasantly surprised that just at the very end you managed to catch him.
Yeah, I got hold of his shoe and I wasn't going to let it go. I thought he was nearly away from me there, but I tried my hardest, and fortunately I caught the fella.
You must be desperately disappointed, Brian. We were all egging you...
Close, I was that close, Riga. God.
You were almost rubbing noses with Fash, right?
I know, yeah. He kept going, go on, reach up, reach up. I had to reach up, you think I can make sure you are.
Oh, well, one or two more events. Brian and Cobra.
So after 2 events in the men's, the scores remain exactly the same.
So it's 2 down, 3 to go, plus the eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators.
Welcome back. This is one of our new games of the series.
Yes, the contender has 30 seconds to try and heave the Gladiator out of that circle. They both have a one-handed grip on a dog bone, and it's 10 points up for grabs.
And the first up is Melanie. And she's going to be pulling against Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
The weight-to-height ratio is crucial in this event, and as you can see, Melanie 5'5" and 139 pounds. That means she's giving away 2 inches and 8 pounds to Falcon.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Melanie straight to work, swings around like a rag doll. And Melanie showing Falcon no respect. Who'd have thought she was that easy to pull? 10 points.
Good going. Made it look easy.
I quite like that game.
Are there any tricks, any hints you can give us at some of the other contenders?
It's a private secret.
OK, well done. You got yourself your 10 points. Let's hear from Melanie. Falcon, that's a difficult one.
Well, John, out of all the games in Gladiators, and believe me, there were a lot, this is definitely one of the hardest. You know, she had a lot of strength there, but, you know, I'm working on tactics here, and hopefully next time I'm going to be a lot stronger. Thank you.
Thanks. Let's hear from Falcon.
Well, that's ruffled the Falcon's feathers.
And next up, pulling for those valuable points, is Tracey. And she's going to be pulling against a panther. Over to Anderson.
Studying the stats, Tracey at 5'6", the same height as Panther, but with a 4-pound advantage. But let's face it, Panther's no pushover.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1!
And Tracey putting that weight to good use. Like a terrier with that dog bone. Panther trying to take a claws in. Oh, she's gone! Well, isn't life a drag? It certainly is for Panther.
Tracey, magnificent. Well done.
Thanks very much. That's finished. Thank God for that.
Do you think it's possible for the Gladiators to be able to stay in?
I think it's all on weights, really. If we're about roughly the same weight, it's going to be hard.
Well done. You got yourself 10 points. Panther. Oh, now Panther, I saw you. You were psyching yourself up early on. You were ready, weren't you?
Oh boy, was I ready. But a lot of these games are stacked in the favour of, or against the contender, like Powerball and Gauntlet. They're here for the ultimate challenge, and we wanted an ultimate challenge too. That's our ultimate challenge. It's early days yet, and I'm going to be there, and I will be ready.
There you are. Let's hear for Panther.
Oh, the beefcakes to get the guys.
After 3 events, Melanie's on 10, Tracey's on 23. It's the men next.
And the first up is Geoff. He's going to be trying to pull 20 stone of the mighty Warrior!
Well, Geoff's a lifeguard, and it looks like he needs someone to go in to rescue him. He's carrying a hefty 13 stone plus, but it's nothing compared to the gargantuan Warrior. Geoff's giving away 6 inches in height and a massive 7 stone in weight.
Ready!
Rather him than me. Geoff literally has to move a mountain if he's to score in this event. And Geoff getting to work, going round in circles at the moment. Maybe his game plan is to get the Warrior dizzy. If nothing else, he's getting in a few laps of jogging. Looks like a foregone conclusion to me. Oh, Warrior's wrong-footed! Geoff's achieved the impossible. 20 stone of Warrior. Heaving the touch, and don't the fans love it? David has beaten Goliath.
You just moved 20 stone of the Warrior. Tell us, how did you do it?
Just had to keep running around with him, John. He's a very, very strong guy. But I came out on tops there.
Well, you looked like you were struggling early on because he wasn't going anywhere.
That's right, John. Like I said, he's a very strong guy. There's no way I was going to pull him off balance by just leaning back. I had to run around with him. I just gave him my best shot.
Got yourself 10 points. Well done, Geoff. Big man. You were ready for him. You were psyched up. You had a plan there, and it almost worked. What happened?
My feet went from underneath me, John, and this carpet is really, really slipping. That's not an excuse, that's the truth.
Hey, there's a few people out there think it could be an excuse, but tell us.
No, it is, it really is. Once I've gone on my bottom then, these lighter shorts, they just slide right along the carpet and you've no chance.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, I think so.
That's true.
Let's hear it for the mighty Warrior!
Well, did he slip or was he pulled? I think he was pulled, but don't tell Warrior I said that.
And next up, it's Brian! And unlucky for him, because he's going to be pulling against the Rhino!
Making his debut on Gladiators. And Brian is going to need every ounce of his 14 stones in the whiplash ring against new boy Rhino, who carries more than a 3 stone advantage. He may be 5'10" high, but he's 9 foot wide.
Ready! Ready!
Oh, scares me. Oh, scares her too.
3, 2, 1!
Well, 10 points at stake, and Brian's got 30 seconds in which to earn them. And if Rhino's suffering from nerves on his debut television performance, he's certainly not showing them. And Rhino playing Brian like a trout on a hook. As Brian desperately trying to copy Geoff's runaround technique, but I think he's going to need one of those four-wheel drive vehicles to shift this Rhino from the ring. A very impressive performance from Rhino, sticking his ground. He's in control, and it's time up. Rhino establishing himself very early on, but he's a gladiator to be reckoned with. No score there.
He's one tough guy, 6 foot, 9 foot wide.
I think my arm is about 2 foot longer now.
Did you ever think he was going to go?
Oh, he's solid, good gladiator, solid man. I'm like that now, look.
He's not somebody you want to come up against.
Oh, no.
No points, Brian. Rhino. Yes, very popular. Yes. You can make this game your own. What were your tactics?
He was fast. He was getting tiring. The last 10 seconds were really tiring. I couldn't wait for the whistle to go. We've been practicing it backstage. I'm going to make this my game.
You certainly are. Let's hear it for Rhino!
All that muscle and an Elvis impression too. He's already a favourite with the crowd and with the contenders. He came, he saw, he conquered, and he bought his own T-shirt. After 3 events, Geoff's on 11, Brian stays on 10. On to our next event.
Standing at the foot of the pyramid, it's Tracey and Melanie. And tonight, they're facing Lightning and Nightshade. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Well, nearly. Lightning pulling her socks up.
3, 2, 1.
Lightning facing off Melanie, Nightshade putting on Tracey. They've got 60 seconds to reach the top. First to the summit scores 10, second picks up 5. And it's Lightning striking, and Melanie with a crash dive to the mat and a good recovery from Lightning. Great speed. Nightshade gives Tracey a hack to the foot of the pyramid. And Lightning covering Melanie launches herself at her. Tracey tries to give Nightshade the slip. She's having none of that, thank you very much. Both contenders are gulping in the oxygen, and who can blame them? In this event, they take more dives than Jacques Cousteau. Lightning facing off Melanie again. That must get her down, and so must that! Head first, she's okay. Nightshade clinging on to Tracey. That's a real tussle. And Nightshade is going to win again. On the other side, it's that same old story. Wherever Tracey goes, Lightning looms over her like a dark cloud. Looks like the Gladiators are going to keep a clean sheet. Good work. Well, this event all about speed and stamina, and in that battle, Lightning showed she's got buckets of both. After 4 events, scores stay the same. Melanie 10, Tracey 23.
Now we move into the men's pyramid with Geoff and Brian. And facing them tonight is Trojan and Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Hunter's preying on Geoff, and Trojans to do battle with Brian. Geoff stepping right, using Brian for cover. Brian parried away by Trojan, but Hunter's got the measure of Geoff. Hunter's law on the pyramid, churn 'em and burn 'em. Oh, there's John Anderson quietly advising Hunter to release his captive, and Geoff's free. Oh, the portside Navy man Brian thrown smartly onto the deck. Good recovery by Hunter, wrapped his man up. Oh, and sends the lifeguard on another dive. Oh, 2 twists and a bite there. And Geoff back for more. I don't know if Trojan's trying to tussle or tangle up there, but Brian's coming back for more. Well, it might not be dancing, but they're certainly getting on down, and Hunter proving what goes up must come down. John Anderson calmly reminding Hunter of the rules. And Geoff desperately trying to outsprint Hunter. Rugby tackles him into touch. And still Geoff comes back for more. He's tough and tenacious. All he hasn't got is time. In the replay, Brian was dragged down to Davy Jones' locker, but was clearly the fastest to recover. Shame he wasn't fastest up the pyramid. And Trojan on target.
Brian Trojan really did some terrific work there.
I was trying to make like Julie Andrews there, but he caught me. He's fast, yeah. Almost slipped away.
The nice thing is, both of you still got a smile on your faces. Let's hear it for Brian and Geoff.
Well, Trojan, when you came down the pyramid, you raced down there.
I raced down, I raced back up. Got a bit of a head start. I've dropped a lot of weight this year. I managed to keep up with him and rip him down.
I don't know how on earth you managed to catch up with him, because he was on his way, Trojan.
Yeah, he's on for a victory, but this time, he's at the bottom of the pyramid with the rest of the pharaohs.
Well done. Thank you, Trojan. Hunter, tell me, up and down rolling, how did that feel?
Well, John, I've had a few good rolls in the hay before, but nothing quite like that.
Hunter, thanks very much. It's here for the Huntsman and Trojan.
That display of pyramid power by the Gladiators means the scores remain the same.
First up, it's Melanie. And unfortunately for her, she's facing Lightning.
Lightning, always a favourite with the crowd, gymnastic, graceful and gorgeous. But behind all that glamour lies a gritty, determined gladiator. 9 pounds lighter than her opponent, but it don't mean a thing when Lightning's on the ring. Melanie will score 10 points if she reaches this platform, or 5 for hanging tough in the scoring zone when the referee blows time. Lightning, one of the finest exponents of hang tough, and looking comfortable. Which is more than can be said for Melanie, the market trader from Whitstable, trained at Canterbury Prison, and needs a plan of escape now. Anything to evade a lightning leg lock. Lightning just waiting for the right swing. Moves in, locks her up, perfect mat finish.
Good effort.
In the replay, just look how Lightning keeps the contender in check all the time, bides her time, then snaps into action, locks her up, takes her down.
Next up is Tracey. And she's going to be hanging tough against Jet.
Jet, a great favourite, a gymnast, dancer, presenter and a guitarist, it seems. Looks in good shape to me, but 6 pounds lighter than her opponent. But up there, as I just said, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Jet's a real high flyer in this event. 3 seasons previous experience to fall back on, although fall's probably not the best word to use in the circumstances. Tracey Fulthorpe from Gateshead and mother of 4 looks to be directly in the Jet's flight path. There's the body scissors, Jet's locked on, but Tracey's going to take some shifting. Look at that determination. Superb display of sheer strength by Tracey. And Jet fighting for a better hold. It's only a matter of time. Tracey is not going to give up without a fight. And Jet has stripped her from the ring. Eat that, baby. Another one bites the dust. And Tracey's boys not best pleased with that result for their mum. But the audience love it.
Tracey, she got hold of you too early in the game. You couldn't possibly have held on to the end, could you?
I thought I made it, John. I'm just going to have a go. I started off wrong, went the wrong way. I knew I couldn't change direction, so I thought I'd just hang on for it.
Well, it was great to see you up there anyway. Let's hear it for Tracey. And Jet, once again, total success. You knew what you were doing.
I did know what I was doing. I thought, I want that ring, and she was on it. I've got to tell you, she was so strong.
Incredibly.
Strong. So that's the name of the game, though, if you can actually try and hang tough. And she, apart from Jean Clank as well, have been 2 of the closest girls to doing that. Well done.
Let's hear it for Jet. Well done.
Jean Clenk, of course, the women's 1993 Gladiator champion. After 5 grueling events, Melanie's on 10, Tracey 23.
So now we move into the men's event with Geoff. And thank goodness there's only one, Saracen.
Yes, Saracen, a long-reigning king of the rings, undefeated in hang tough, and 44 pounds heavier than his opponent. Saracen swings out, determined to keep his 100% record in this event. Saracen always keeps one eye on the contender and the other on the next ring. Oh, and Saracen has swung past him. Can Geoff take advantage of this mistake? Saracen's righted it now. Oh, and Geoff goes for the long one. Oh, Saracen's in. You can't turn your back on Saracen for 1 second. Oh, and lifesaver Geoff takes the plunge. And the mighty Saracen maintains that impressive 100% record in this event.
Thanks for a brilliant game of hang tough. My goodness, you must have been quaking in your boots when you saw him swinging towards you at first.
Well, Ollie, I thought I had him for about 2 seconds, but before I knew it, he was right on top of me. And he just said to me, he says, you can either come down or you can go down hard. So I took the easy option.
You're a nasty piece of work, aren't you?
No, I'm the nice guy. The nasty boy's going to go up next.
Oh.
That's right. He did very well. He had me worried there. He swam past me. I was on the right, he was behind me, had to swing round. It was a nice chase, and I just caught him. He was on his way to my platform, but I made sure that my record on hang tough is safe.
Well, thanks for a great game. Geoff and Saracen, well done.
Very good.
Well, yes, they're all here tonight. Alfred Hitchcock, Mike Tyson, Noel Edmonds. Who let him in? Even a cardboard version. He's meanest. He's the baddest. And certainly the wiggliest. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wolfman! I wonder what Brian thinks about facing the Wolf.
And in the men, I'm quite happy. Whoever it's going to be, whoever I face, so be it. But Nightshade frightens me.
Next up, it's Brian. And unfortunately, he's facing the nasty Wolfman.
Well, let's hope he swings better on the rings than he does in the disco. And according to his stats, the Wolf's got a 16-pound weight advantage over Brian. He's ready. Everyone in the arena is screaming for Brian to make a monkey out of the Wolf. But there's no one to touch the Wolfman when it comes to stalking your prey. Brian, tentative, making no real progress. And Wolf's the man with the plan. In he goes, body scissors. Sneaks round on the blind side, and Brian's had it, as they say in the trade. Come on down.
Well, it was his game.
I thought I slipped the Wolf a quickie there, but, you know, not in a biblical sense, of course, but I thought I slipped past him on there, but he was quick on the move as well. Fast man. A very fast man indeed.
Certainly has lived up to his reputation, and I might say, being surprisingly nice this evening.
Hey, listen, this guy, you want to believe what sport he is. I've got a torn leg bicep, and he said to me backstage, he said, if you catch me and we fall together, I'm going to push you away from you so you don't hurt yourself. What a sport.
That was very nice.
she'll need a wash after that. Oh, Brian wants a piece of the action now. Luckily, his wife sees the funny side. After 5 events, Geoff stays on 11, Brian on 10.
So the Eliminator is looming. Don't you dare go away. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Time. Now, in the women's competition, Melanie's on 10 points, Tracey's ahead on 23. That's a 13-point difference, which will give Tracey a 6.5-second head start. Flashes with the girls.
Okay, Melanie, we just heard you've got 6.5 seconds to make up. Can you do it? And if you can do it, where do you think you're going to make it up?
I'm going to try to chip away on it at every event, because 6.5 seconds is quite a lot to make up on one thing, but hopefully I'll just keep going and going and going and going and going.
Okay, Tracey, 6.5 seconds. Now, normally that's enough. Is it for you?
Well, it normally would be, but, I mean, anything can happen today. I'm a bit worried about the Travelator. I'm going to try and just take it as it comes today and see what happens.
Okay, Tracey, Melanie, both of you, all the best.
Tracey, you will go on my first whistle. Melanie, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Tracey, a Gateshead mother of 4 and part-time hairdressing student, as if this isn't enough to make your hair curl by itself. High and low beams. Here comes Melanie. And Tracey making the most of her 6.5-second head start, as she makes her way over to the overhead ladder, requiring great upper body strength. And Melanie struggling on that rope. Tracey across the rolling beams and onto that strength-sapping cargo net. And as we look down on this aerial position, you can see that Melanie is a long way behind, struggling on the overhead ladder. And as Melanie attacks the cargo net, it would be all too easy to say it's a foregone conclusion, but as you know on Gladiators, it ain't over till it's over. Tracey lands safely, her boyfriend looking calm. And she is composed as she takes her time to line up for the balance beam. She wants to do this in one take so she can line up her preparation for the Travelator. Melanie's caught up some ground. She's hot on her tail. And here she comes. The mother of 4 from Gateshead pumps up the Travelator, grabs the rope, and she's our first quarter finalist. And finally, her boyfriend is excited. He's on his feet. Melanie has been a tremendous contender. And she knows the crowd have been right behind her. She apologises. There's no need to apologise. She did us proud.
Well, congratulations, Tracey. All the support of the housewives out there obviously helped, didn't it?
Yeah, us housewives are really strong women, aren't we?
I don't think anybody would argue with that. And the Travelator, that didn't give you any problems at all, did it?
Yeah, I've been trying not to let it get to us, mate. Just go on there and just do it. And I did it.
Well done. Congratulations, Tracey!
Melanie, it's been a tough day.
Oh, they always are.
Have you enjoyed yourself? That's the most important thing.
It's been an experience, yeah.
You've had some terrific fans behind you who've come up to give you some great support, and your children as well.
Can I just say thanks ever so much? Sorry, I didn't mean to let you down. I tried.
You tried your best. Melanie Blewitt, let's hear it for her.
And the girls being commiserated and congratulated by the fans here at the indoor arena. Next up, it's the gentlemen. And Geoff ahead by 1 point. That converts to half a second head start on the Eliminator. Over to Uli.
Well, Geoff's points have earned him a half a second head start. How do you think you're going to do, Brian?
Well, I think I'd rather have a game of uckers at this stage of the game instead of doing this, but...
You keep mentioning uckers. What on earth is that?
Uckers, a very dangerous naval game that sailors play in a mess deck. A bit like Ludo, really, isn't it? But it gets a bit rough, I'll tell you. A bit rough.
Well, have it your way then. Jeff, half a second. Not much in it, really.
Not really, not when you're up against a guy as fit as Brian. Got a lot of respect for the guy. Done some good training together. I've got half a second head start. I've trained very hard. I'm going to give it my best shot.
And you're normally quite good at assault courses. The very best of luck to the two of you, and see you at the end. Good luck. Over to John Anderson.
Jeff, you will go on my first whistle. Brian, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
And they're off. Oh, Jeff stopped when he's looking at John Anderson. He must have thought that John Anderson had stopped it with a second whistle, and Brian has now snatched the lead. But it's early days here on the Eliminator. Up the ropes, and the men are on the hand bites. And this is really strength sapping. And tremendous support here at the National Indoor Arena as Jeff and Brian are neck and neck. This one's going to the wire. The one who gets to the top first takes the furthest away zip line. And in this case, it's Brian. Oh, this is a close one. But it's Brian who lands first, much to the relief of his wife. She's going through it too. Brian is first onto the balance beam, and Jeff is just a step behind him. Who's got the punch and the power to get up the travelator? Oh, how disappointing. Jeff has stumbled, but so has Brian. He picks himself up, he grabs the rope, and he's a first quarter-finalist for the men's. And the wife is ecstatic. And Jeffrey has been a tremendous contender, but someone has got to come second.
What a race!
Oh, that was right down to the wire, John, wasn't it?
Oh, he pushes to the limit.
Oh, we've been so even all week in training. Superb, and he had to push me then, I'll tell you.
Do you realise he actually fell at the travelator?
I was watching. Eyes in the boat, we have a saying. I was focused, looking up. Enjoyed that.
Congratulations. Well done, Brian! What a winner!
Well, Jeff, I'm not quite sure what to say. I'm quite speechless. You were thrown a little bit, perhaps, at the beginning with the whistle.
Yeah. What happened was when he blew it a second time, I thought he wanted us to stop because I started off too quick. But still, every credit to Brian. He beat me fair and square. The better man won on the day.
Well, you were a terrific man, and I'm sure your supporters agree.
Yeah. Just like to thank all my supporters for coming down.
Let's hear it for Geoff Kenyon. Terrific first show, and what a brilliant eliminator.
It was absolutely fantastic, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot more of that on next week's show here on the Gladiators.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Jim Bowen and Tony Green are here to treat us to a retro revival next on Challenge with Bullseye. And then tonight at 9, you've got to nail the knowledge, the tactics and the finances if you want to bring down the chaser. Bradley Walsh returns with The Chase.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, ready, ready? Let's go, let's go!
Music with more muscle.
and to the 1995 Gladiator Heats. Now, one of the great things about Gladiators, apart from myself, of course, only kidding, little joke there, is the fact that it brings together people of all ages and from all walks of life. I mean, this year alone, we have a doctor, a baker, and a fish and chip maker. Indeed, it's true. But the one thing they have in common, of course, is their eagerness to give the Gladiators a good challenge.
And I'm sure tonight will be no exception. But let's get on to something which everybody really wants to hear about. The prizes. Prize for winning Gladiators. A fabulous holiday for two on the Paradise Island in the Bahamas. Plus £5,000 cash each. Yes, and there's one more. A fabulous four-wheel drive, off-the-road, family vehicle. Not bad.
Not bad at all, and of course, our runners-up will each walk away with £2,000. So let's meet the people who are fighting for those prizes. Tonight they are Janet Allen
and Diane Thomas.
Alive with all your fans there, Janet. You look very relaxed. Is that how you're feeling?
Well, I'm a bit nervous, but I just want to go for it.
So tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm a sports development officer, and I come from Bristol.
So what does a sports development officer do?
Well, so basically going into the community, putting on coaching courses and other sports initiatives.
Oh, that's terrific. And you're obviously very fit. What's your little sport? What do you like doing?
I love doing bodybuilding.
Oh, really? And I understand you've been very successful.
That's right. I went to Italy back in June, and I came 6th.
That's terrific. Could you give us a little pose? Look at this. Oh. Looks better with the tracksuit off, doesn't it? So tell us, you're looking forward to tonight?
Yes, I am, very much so.
Well, listen, we'll look forward to seeing you. Off you go, Janet Allen, well done.
Okay, Diane, you look full of confidence, a lovely smile. Tell us, Diane, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a full-time housewife, but just part-time. I work just a couple of evenings as a waitress at the Shibden Mill Inn.
Okay, and how many children have you got?
I've got 2 children, Lucy who's 5 and Harry who's 3.
You've obviously got a full-time job there. Tell us, what made you want to come on Gladiators?
Well, I've watched it a couple of times on television, and a friend of mine said, you'd be good at that, you know, why don't you give it a crack? So I started going to the gym, started working out, and, you know, here I am now. I've managed to get through.
Are you as fit as you can be?
I think there's always a little bit of work that you could, like, try and get better on, but, you know, I'm as fit as I possibly can be.
Good, and I'm sure you'll get through. Off you go, Diane. Get yourself ready. Let's hear it for Diane Thomas.
Now it's time to meet the guys. Tonight they are Phil Ennis
and David O'Halloran.
You look so happy and relaxed, Phil.
Well, I wanted to be here, and I'm here.
Well, that's terrific. That's good enough. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I work for Thompson Directories, and I'm from London.
Now, I know that you're a very busy man when you're not working, because I understand this man has 11 children.
Can I just put this to rights, because this is the first time and the only chance I'll get. When I got together with my other half, she had 6 lovely children, I had 4, and we've now got 1 extra called Bradley, so there's 11, but they're all great and they're over there.
They're all here tonight? Oh, that's terrific. So tell us, how do you keep fit? What do you do?
Just chase after them, really. Look. No, I usually just do things that potter about. I'm just like everybody else sitting at home, I would imagine, just do this and that, nothing particular.
I understand you've had some special help from a very special person.
Yes, I was going to ask my brother to double for me because he's my twin, but he wasn't too hot on it.
But he helped you anyway. Is he here tonight?
Yeah, Pat's over there.
Oh, yo. Brilliant. Well, you've got plenty of support. Off you go, Phil Ennis. Good luck.
Okay, David, now I hope you don't mind me saying it, but you are actually our oldest contender. Can you tell us, how old are you?
I'm 43 this year.
You're 43? Wow, and can you tell us, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a doctor by profession, although for the last 10 years I've been working consulting in cardiology. I'm now working with the Royal College of Psychiatrists in a number of related conditions like schizophrenia, anxiety and clinical depression.
And what hobbies do you have, David?
Well, other than my work, all I ever do is train, as my family will testify, and the fact that I've got here is a testimony to the training.
Oh, so nobody will argue with that. David, off you go. Get yourself ready. Let's hear it for David O'Halloran.
Well, after all that gossip, the ladies should be ready for their first event.
Well, what a great event to start the show. Using the blue balls, it's Diane. And on the red, it's Janet. And they're going to be facing the Nightshade, Amazon and Zodiac.
Amazon's first time out on the Powerball floor. Mind you, she's in good company with two very seasoned campaigners.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Let's play ball, and Diane straight off the mark with a two-pointer. Janet not so lucky against Nightshade. Diane, rims it. Good work from Amazon. Zodiac fired up, locks onto Janet. Oh, look at that rugby tackle. Here's Janet. Oh, does a gazzer past Nightshade, slips her the dummy and slips in 2 points. And a big tackle there from Amazon. And one from Zodiac. And you can see now they're beginning to feel the pace of this very exhausting event. Big tackle there by Nightshade on Janet. And not much going on the scoreboard at the moment. Here comes Diana. Oh, 2 points. How's she got that in? Have to ask Wayne Dobson. Zodiac floors Janet. Diane's 2 points won't count. She took the ball from the same end. Time up. Janet 2, Diane 4.
Well done, Diane. Hard work, wasn't it?
Well, very hard work. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you look like you were enjoying it.
Tell me, how many points did I get?
You got 4 points. Well done. Well, Janet, that was hard. You kept on meeting Nightshade, didn't you?
I know, I certainly did. She's a hard hitter, and she got me all the time.
Never mind, a long way to go. You got yourself 2 points. Well done, Janet.
So after one event, Janet's on 2 points, Diane's on 4. Back to Fash.
Now, let's see the men. Using the blue balls, it's David. And using the red, it's Phil. And guarding those 5 baskets, a raider, warrior, and there's only one, a Saracen.
Gladiators' own rapid reaction force, a fearsome threesome if ever there was.
Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Well, who'd want to face up to that? Well, Phil Ennis would. Earlier today, he gave us his thoughts about appearing on the show.
It's like the ultimate activity centre. You know, if you want to have a, like, let's say, come to an activity centre, have a fun holiday, this is it. This is like the ultimate activity centre. No matter what you want to do, it's here. All you've got to do is have the bottle to go on it, and once you're on it, you'll think, yeah, go again. Except they don't actually charge you. They should, but they don't. It's excellent.
Well, Phil's happy to be here. Hope he's just as happy after 60 seconds of Powerball. Let's play ball. Here's Dr. David Saracen, dishes up the Featherstone. Raider spins Phil out of bounds. It's Saracen on Phil. And he fails to score. Grabs another. Oh, it's in. 2 points. And 3 points for David as John Anderson stops the play at 43 seconds.
Saracen, can you tell us what's happened?
I've just damaged my elbow doing that, the last tackle I just did there. My elbow hyperextended and I heard it crack, so I don't think I should go on with this game.
Well, let's hope it's nothing too serious.
I hope not too.
Lovely. Let's hear it for Saracen!
In the replay, we can see Saracen reaches to grab Phil, stops him scoring, but pays the price.
So, let's welcome our replacement gladiator, Rhino!
Well, Phil said they don't charge you. With a Rhino on the pitch, he may change his mind.
43 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Phil against Raider. Raider wins it. A Raider of the lost cause for Phil there. Phil reloads, ducks, he dives, and Warrior dives. Oh, look at that judo throw there. Phil reloaded and squashed. The Gladiators doing a great job on the marking there. Oh, Phil picks up two, but loses his shoe. David reloads, faces off Raider, and he slipped past him for another 2 points. He felt that, but he's a doctor, he'll be all right, he'll cure himself later. Time up, and Dr. David gets 5 points, and Phil picks up 4.
Well done, David. Well, that shows that age means nothing out here, does it?
Well, I think I probably aged a year or two in that one. It was hard, but they hit fairly. I'm sorry about Saracen.
Well, I'm not so sure that was a good replacement for you, was it? Rhino coming on.
They don't come much bigger than Rhino.
No, they don't. You got yourself 2 points. Well done, David. Phil, hard work.
Oh, I'm looking for my wages. Difficult.
Oh, you better get used to it. You got a long way to go.
I know. I'm glad you just took my shoe rather than my head.
You were very lucky. But you got yourself 4 points. Well done, Phil.
After one event, Phil's on 4, Dr. David's on 5. It's time for our second event.
Standing at the foot of the wall, it's Diane. She's going to be chased by lightning. Also rearing to go, it's Janet. She's going to be chased by Jet. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, you will go on my first whistle. Gladiators, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Janet in pink, Diane in yellow. 60 seconds to scale the wall. First to the top, 10 points. Second scores 5 unless the Gladiators get to them first, and here they come. It's Lightning on Diane and Jet on Janet. And Lightning is thundering away up that wall. Snapping at Diane's heels already. Janet climbing strongly. Jet struggling to get close. Lightning's got Diane. And Janet's up and over for 10. Jet screaming at Lightning to get a better grip. Oh, she's lost it. Lightning comes away with a shoe. The rest of Diane is up and over for the 5. And doesn't husband Jack love it?
Well done, Janet. That was a close one, eh? She was hot on your heels.
She was definitely hot on my heels, but I knew I had to get up there. Just kept on going, and I made it.
Well, you deserve it. You got yourself your 10 points. Diane, wow. I don't know how you managed to slip away. I thought she got your leg there.
That was good, wasn't it? Sneaky little trick of mine, I shook her off, and my shoe just flew off, so yes, I just kept going. Brilliant.
Well done. Let's hear it for Diane.
After 2 events, Janet's on 12, Diane 9. It's time for the men.
So now we move into the men's wall and contemplating the climb, it's Dave. He's going to be chased by Cobra. Also ready for the wall, it's Phil. And he's going to be chased by Hunter.
Earlier today, David took time out to tell us who was responsible for his appearing as a contender tonight.
Well, Gladiators is such a brilliant programme, but the real spur for this was my children. They are Gladiators addicts. James is 10, Sarah's 8. We've been watching the programme now for the last 3 years, and it's always one of those fab things that you say, can you do that? Of course I can do that. And I'd like to say that either my children or my wife was responsible for sending off the application form, but I confess it was me, because I've got the bug too. I'm a Gladiators fan, even at 42.
So his secret is out.
3, 2, 1.
And so is John Anderson's whistle. David in blue, Phil in red. Above them over 32 feet of rock face, and behind them over 32 stone of Gladiators. Hunter's on Phil and Cobra's on David. And look at Hunter go! He's in no mood to mess about. Come here, Phil. Ah, that foot, and you can come with it. Blistering performance again from Hunter. Cobra's hanging on to a foot. Can David hang on for 5? Cobra slithering up for a better grip. David stuck there like a limpet. Cobra trying everything he knows. Tremendous display of strength from David. Cobra two-handed on the harness, still can't shift him. Rises his hand off the wall, but he still won't give in, holding on by a fingernail. He must have glue on his hands. Time is running out. Cobra running out of ideas. One last chance, Cobra. Oh, he's got him. Well, full marks to David, but no points.
Oh, Phil, you did well for about 2 seconds.
Oh, I wish I should have been a fly. This guy's fast.
He certainly is. What do you think?
Well, he gave me a bit of confidence. You know, I got over the overhang by the time I set off and had a good run, so, you know, he was mine.
Ooh, well done. And Cobra, congratulations, but blimey, you were stubborn up there, Dave.
I was really worried about getting Cobra because I know how good he is on the wall. I thought, well, I'll just do my impression of a clamp-on.
He's the strongest guy I've ever had to try and pull off that wall. He would not let go.
Well done, let's hear it for our contenders and for our gladiators. Well done, all round.
Not so much a tussle with the muscle as a brawl on the wall. After 2 events, scores remain the same.
Well, didn't our male gladiators do well? Still, there's plenty more events to come, so join us after the break here on Gladiators. Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, and to part 2, where we're just about to kick off with one of this season's cracking new games. It has a touch of hide and seek about it, only our gladiators like to play it around a huge ball suspended 40 feet off the arena floor, and it's called Pendulum. And first up, it's Janet. Tonight she's facing Zodiac. Over to John Anderson.
The pendulum.
Another of the new games for the series, and probably the most spectacular of all the gladiator events. The gladiator has to catch the contender within 60 seconds. There's 5 points for evading capture and hanging on for 40 seconds, and 10 points if the contender lasts the full minutes. But when you're facing Zodiac, there's nowhere to hide. Zodiac will be trying to grab that flag on Janet's back like a couple of space women hanging on to Amnesia. Oh, gravity's got her. She's down. Disappointment for the fans there. But Zodiac, a formidable opponent on this event.
You were doing so well, and then disaster struck.
Just lost my grip. You know, I was looking underneath, but just lost the grip. It's good.
You could see Zodiac coming after you, could you?
That's right, yeah, I could see her coming.
So that made you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
Never mind. A few more events.
Oh, thank you, Mrs.
Up on Pendulum, it's Diane. And she's facing Nightshade. Over to John Anderson.
Set the pendulum. Three, 2, 1.
Nightshade against Diane. Poles apart at the moment, but as soon as the pendulum swings, they both have to move from their start positions. Diane has no idea from which side Nightshade will mount her attack until she sees it coming over the horizon. And remember, these girls are 40 feet up. Here comes Nightshade sneaking up the blind side, going for the pennant. Oh, she's lost it. Good night, Nightshade. 10 points and jubilation for Diane.
won't be happy with that. You were actually slightly out of sight. Can you talk us through what happened?
Well, I came around the pendulum as fast as I possibly could, and I actually saw her, and I reached for her, and I missed the little tag and fell off the pendulum.
Oh, what a shame. But not such a shame. For Diane, you picked up 10 points.
Wonderful. I think I'm the happiest woman in the entire world.
Well done. Let's hear it for Diane and tonight's shame.
Another happy lady. After 3 events, Janet 12, Diane 19.
So now we move into the men's pendulum with Phil. And he's facing Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Set the pendulum. Three, 2, 1.
Hunter made short work of Phil on the wall. How will he do on the ball? Phil moving well, but Hunter has the scent of his prey, which is kind of handy on this thing because you can't see a thing till you get round there. There's Phil's boy urging him on. And Phil's lost his footing. He's hanging on for dear life, and Hunter's moving in for the kill. But it's a good recovery by Phil. Hunter's still on the case though. Phil edging his way round, trying to keep out of Hunter's reach. If he can hang on for the full 40 seconds, he's got those 5 points in the bank. Easier said than done when you've got Hunter on your tail. So far, so good. Oh, he's gone! Disaster for Phil, and look at the disappointment in his children's faces.
Phil? You were fast.
Ticking game. Brilliant.
The bad news is you fell off.
Oh, well, I think most people would with Hunter behind you.
The good news is you're on there for more than 40 seconds. You pick up 5 points.
Excellent.
Slightly pleased with that then.
Brilliant.
He was fast, Hunter, and you were almost faster at one stage.
He certainly was. I didn't have a clue where he was, but I think he must have some super glue on his hands because damn, it was hard to hold on there.
Certainly was. That's how we like to see pendulum being played. Phil and Hunter, well done.
In the replay, you can see it's not only the pressure from Hunter, but the swing of the pendulum that was the undoing of Phil.
Next up, it's Dave O. And he's going to be facing Trojan. Over to John Anderson.
Set the pendulum. Three, 2, 1.
Dave on the right of the pendulum and moving to his right. Oh no, he's not. He's coming back. And there's the reason why it's Trojan. This ball, 5 metres in diameter. It's guesswork which way to go. And he guessed wrong. And there comes Trojan like a marauding barbarian, snapping after him. And Trojan moves in for the kill. And he's got his flag of surrender. That must have been heart-stopping, even for a qualified cardiac physician like David. Trojan relentlessly stalking him, snatches the prize.
Well, I know they like to call you Dave-O, but I'd like to say, oh, Dave.
Yes, I would too.
Bit disappointing.
Yes, I think I chose the wrong option. I went up and right. Down and left sounds a little bit better. But it's a great game, it really is.
You did enjoy it.
I did, thank you very much.
More so than Powerball.
Oh, much more so.
And Trojan, all credit to you. You did a terrific job.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you very much. It was good. It's a great game. I know everybody up here enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it at home as well. Good chase, man.
Certainly was. Let's hear it for Dave and for Trojan.
After 3 events, Phil extends to 9. David stays on 5.
And first up to run the gauntlet is Janet. And she's going to be facing a Jet. And Falcon. Panther. Lightning. And Amazon. Over to John Anderson.
Janet, ideally built for this event. Small, powerful and just over 9 stone. 30 seconds to walk on the wild side. 5 points for a successful run. 10 points if completed in under 20. And Janet puts Jet and the Falcon to flight. Slams away through Panther. Lightning is dishing it out. Double-fisted with those power pads. That stalled her. Amazon takes over like a dam with that ramrod. Janet's got out of her depth. Hustles and bustles away to the finish. She powers her way over the line. What a great gauntlet.
Well done, Janet. Let's find out what your time was.
22 seconds.
22 seconds, get yourself 5 points. Janet, that was hard going, wasn't it?
That was very, very hard. They're really tough girls.
Did you think you were going to get up again when Amazon was almost standing on you, isn't it?
Yeah, I just had that determination that I had to get through it.
Well, the good thing was you got to the other end in one piece. 5 points. Well done, Janet. To run the gauntlet, here's Diane! Over to John Anderson.
Looking at Diane's stats, she's 3 pounds heavier than Janet. Let's hope she's as determined.
Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Diane begins her sprint down Hell's Highway. Jet pins her with the ramrod. And Falcon carries her with those power pads. Better performance from her, this one. Oh, smack into a cat's eye view of the action from Panther's helmet cam. Goes low, Lightning piles in. Good work by Lightning, pushing her wide. Diane trying to back her way out of trouble. Alison getting rough. And there's no plain sailing when the Amazon's involved. Got a ramrod in her hand, she knows how to use it. Oh, a good hard run from Diane.
Oh, well done, Diane. You got there in the end. You don't look too happy with yourself.
No, I expected to get through there a bit quicker. But I was just in the wrong place. I should have gone more to the side. But not to worry, I haven't done it.
It's a lot of gladiators to meet, isn't it? Let's just bring in Andy, have a look at the time.
29 seconds.
29 seconds, gets you 5 points. Well done. You need those. Let's hear for Diane.
As Diane celebrates, let's check out the scores after 4 events. Janet's on 17, Diane 24.
So, let's meet the first of our male contenders. It is Phil! And he's going to be running the gauntlet against Rhino! Trojan! Raider! The Wolfman! And the Mighty Warrior!
Just you behave.
Over to John Anderson.
Phil, a Londoner, born on the 14th of February. Will these stats be enough to avert a St. Valentine's Day massacre? Stay tuned. And Phil takes a run at it. Oh! And nearly takes a flyer. Well, here's a turn up for the book. A man charging a rhino. He's going for it again. And again. And again. Well, 1 down, only 4 to go. Trojan working in with the power pads. Next, it's the Raider. Oh, I can feel that from up here. Raider more of a ram raider than a gladiator. Oh, Phil straight into the Wolf. A Wolf there pinning him with the power pads. Oh, gets a slap from referee. And the reason why is that Phil's time is up and Warrior's still giving him some afters. Stop, Warrior. Time up. Oh, this is rough stuff.
Firstly, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Still in one piece?
Yeah, that's a game for me.
Sorry, Phil. Out of time. No points.
Well, that's not helped his mood. In the replay, the whistle goes, but there's a fair drop of afters. First from Wolf, and then from Warrior.
A little bit of a query here, John. Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm perfectly happy. I don't think the Warrior heard my command, and he was holding him down when the game had finished. And it was simply, I think, he didn't hear the command. He would always obey any command from me.
That's right.
Warrior? Warrior? Phil was obviously upset.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy at all.
No, we get very wound up with this game, and you know our thing for this year is that nobody gets through this gauntlet, and it's very hard with the crowd and everything cheering and chanting to hear my good friend here, John Anderson, the main referee, who I would never do anything wrong against. You know that. I love you, John.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Warrior and John Scotty Anderson.
Yeah, this is getting more like home and away than Gladiators.
And next up to face the mean machine, it's a David.
Dr. David from Reading.
Oh, what a John Anderson.
An inch taller than Phil and half a stone heavier, but is it enough in the Valley of Death?
3, 2, 1.
And he's up against Rhino, who really is formidable in this event. Not many people get past the first post with Rhino there. David being knocked from pillar to post. Sees a gap through Rhino's legs. Trojans next. Slams David against the wall. Tries through the legs again. And gets slammed against the wall again. And David getting a real roughing up from Trojan. No respect for the medical profession here. Oh, he sidestepped him and he's through, but only as far as Ram Raider. Time's running down, and so's David. Well, his wife Jane enjoyed it.
Well, David, out of time, no points. How do you feel?
Oh, that's got to be the hardest of all the events here, and I can feel that one.
Can you see any of the contenders getting through it?
No, it's really hard. They're just under 100 stone of beefcake. It's hard to get through.
Well, you're still in one piece. Let's hear it for David!
After 4 events, Phil's on 9, David's on 5. Time for our next event.
First up, it's Janet. And she's going to be facing Vogue.
A new Gladiator made her debut last week. First time out on Hang Tough. Striker pose, there's nothing to it except a 1-inch height and a 3-pound weight advantage over Janet.
Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1!
Well, Vogue would have been getting training tips and advice for this event from her expert colleagues Jet and Lightning, but even without the tips, as ex-European aerobics champion, I think she will do well anyway. Certainly looks very comfortable up there. Nothing vague about Vogue. And Janet looks in desperate trouble. One-armed, one-ringed and nowhere to run. And it's a simple formality as Vogue closes in with the scissors. And cuts her down to size. Vogue claims her first contender sculpt. In the replay, it's almost as if Janet's waiting for Vogue to finish it, to avoid the indignity of disqualification.
One of our new Gladiators.
That was really good for me. It's the first time I've been up there, so I was tough for these girls because they have done quite a bit today already. So obviously their arms are tired and they're getting to the end of the show. So I think she did really well, but obviously...
You're a bit better?
A bit better, just today.
Let's hear it for Vogue. Well done. Next up in Hang Tough, it's Diane. And she's going to be facing Falcon.
Not a good draw for Diane. Falcon is good in the air, plenty of support from the crowd, and according to her stats, 3 inches taller than Diane and over a stone heavier. Here's what Diane had to say about appearing on tonight's show.
I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think I do prefer the chasing games as opposed to the contact ones, because you don't get quite as good.
What a sensible girl.
3, 2, 1!
The Falcon takes flight, a bird of prey looking to swoop in and finish this very quickly, and looking quite at home up there. But it should be said, Diane looking very comfortable as well, moving very well indeed. That red ring means she's in the scoring zone. The Falcon's got her back to her, and she's corrected herself, swoops in, oh, that was close. Somehow Diane kept away from her. Falcon again! And again! That's 3 times she's kept the Falcon away. She needs to grab... Oh, look at this! She needs to grab a ring. Oh, now she's putting some distance between them. If she gets to the other side, this will be the first time in 4 series that a girl has made it to the other side. She's done it! She's made it. Gladiator history. Picking up 10 points. Celebration time. In the replay, we can see Falcon had one last chance to nail her. When that failed, the points were in the bank, and she was in the history books.
Firstly, Diane, you made that look easy peasy. And secondly, I think that brings your total to 34, which is exactly twice the points that Janet has as we move into the eliminator.
Fantastic. I enjoyed it in practice, and I didn't quite get the hang of traversing, but I just gave her the slip. But I'd just like to say I'm a bit of a monkey in my spare time, so I found that quite easy.
Cheeky monkey, maybe. Well done to Diane!
After 5 events, Janet's on 17, Diane 34.
So now we move into the men's event with Phil. And he's going to be facing Cobra.
Yes, old Snake Hips himself, the clown prince of gladiators. This is his 4th season of competition, and the stats show he's just an inch taller than his opponent, but 26 pounds heavier.
3, 2, 1.
Swing time for Cobra. The rings are 10 feet off the ground, 4 feet apart, and the playing area 50 by 25. So there's plenty of room to get by him. And Phil not making any progress at all at this stage. Cobra 1 ringed, and in a fair bit of trouble, it has to be said. And Phil 1 ringed as well. What is he going to do? Oh, he's made a recovery. Phil's in the scoring zone. If he can hang tough there for another 25 seconds, he'll pick up a valuable 5 points. Cobra traversing. He's seen the danger. And Phil is just happy to hang tough and pray for the whistle. It's all down to Cobra now. And Cobra, 1 ringed, but he grabs a piece of Phil. Can he get a grip? In comes the body scissors. Can Phil tough it out? Desperately holding on. He's done it. 5 points, right on the whistle.
It was quite a slow game of hang tough, and in fact, you lost momentum after the 3rd ring, but the most important thing was that when John Anderson blew the whistle, you were in the scoring zone and you picked up 5 points. So next up in hang tough, it's Dave O. He's going to be facing the nasty, nasty, nasty Wolfman.
That's quite a lot of nasties. Wolfie has been on his best behaviour so far this season. Question is, how long can it last? And looking at his stats, he's the same height as David, but 30 pounds heavier.
Over to John Anderson.
3, 2, 1.
Swing time for the Wolf. He hunts alone. Nothing to do with his personal hygiene, he just doesn't need a pack. Now, can David outfox him? David looks like he's got a plan here. And he's already in the scoring zone. But the Wolf strikes out. He's got him. And David's got a lot of hanging tough to do now. It's a big task to hang on for 35 seconds with a Wolf around your neck. Wolf's gone for the fingers. The dog's got the chop. It's another medical cutback.
What can I say? I expect you were pleased having this event after Gauntlet and Powerball.
Yes, I couldn't wait, really. I thought if there was something that required stitching, I could probably win that.
But not keen on this one?
No, but the Eliminator coming up now, maybe I've got a chance there.
Well, we certainly hope so. We'll be pitching for you. And quite easy game for you today.
Hey, I'd like to say that this man is 42 years old. He's so fit and so strong, he beat all the young contenders to make it here. In fact, he's 1 year younger than me.
Oh.
Well, I've got one thing to say, respect.
Touching. Let's hear it for the Wolfman and Dave.
They say the old ones are the best, and let's face it, they don't get much older than Wolfie. After 5 events, Phil's on 14, David's on 5.
So this is only our second show, but seen some action tonight. If you want to see some more, join us after the break here on Gladiators. Eliminator time. And the ladies' competition, Janet's on 17 points. Diane has raced ahead on 34. That's a 17-point difference, which will give Diane an 8.5-second head start in the eliminator.
Diane Thomas from Halifax, 31-year-old mother of two, and Janet Allen from Bristol, 29, a community sports development officer.
Diane, you will go on my first whistle. Janet, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
For a place in the quarter-finals, Diane on the high and low hurdles. She does gymnastic displays, triathlons, half marathons, but she won't find anything as tough as this, the Eliminator. Janet's off with 8 seconds to claw back. And Diane making heavy weather of the rope climb. What is she up to? Janet is eating into that lead. She's pulled back at least half the deficit. Diane across the rolling beams, and let's hope, for her sake, she makes a better job of this cargo net than she did the rope climb. Janet's on her case. Diane first to the top, and now it looks like Janet's making a bit of a meal out of this cargo net. Good landing from Diane. 90 foot to the bottom. Diane nearly completes the balance beam safely. Now she digs deep. Up the travelator for a place in the quarter-final. Oh my goodness, we've seen it happen so many times before, and look at this from behind. Janet Scrappers has missed it as well. I can't believe this, she must be... Oh, Diane for the second time, and now it gets tough. Once you've missed it once, it's difficult to dig deep enough. Oh, look at that, Diane misses again. Janet scraped in by her fingertips. She's got the rope. She's smiling. She made up an 8.5-second deficit. She's a superwoman, and she's in the quarterfinals.
They're all supporting you. You're going to finish this in a blaze of glory now. Come on. Head up. Run for pride. Come on, let's go. Head up. Let's go. Big stride.
As John says, it's essential to hold your head up for a balanced point of view, and she does. She does. She makes it to the top. Diane Thomas does it for the crowd, and most of all, does it for her own pride.
Danny Allen, I would never have believed it. Oh my goodness, that was one of the most exciting, well, certainly the most exciting eliminator we've seen this season.
Oh God, it was brilliant. It was so good. I was so determined to catch up with her. So determined.
Well, you looked so fast, so determined the whole way, and then it was the travelator, of course.
Yeah, that's right. It's given us all problems. I caught it at the first time, but I made sure I got there a second.
And the great news is you're through to the quarterfinals. Well done, Janet Allen.
My goodness me, you are so unlucky.
What can I say? 8.5 seconds, I know anything, but you know, it's easy, no problem, cat in the bag. But you just got to come up here and give it a go yourself, because it's a lot harder than what it looks. That's the way it goes.
Well, Diane, don't feel too disappointed, because you've had a great show. You've broken one record on hang tough. Unfortunately, just at the end, it wasn't your day, but you have been told you trick on that eliminator to keep your head up.
Yeah, that's right, but that's all right. I've really enjoyed myself anyway.
Well, never mind, let's hear it for Diane!
So, it's the men's eliminator, and Phil's hard work has earned him a 4.5-second head start. Dave, you've been a great sport throughout this evening, but now it's crunch time.
It certainly is, but Phil's been a great athlete all week. He deserves his 4.5 seconds, but as we've just seen with the ladies, anything can happen, so let's hope it does.
Well, Phil, how do you feel about that?
It isn't over till it's over.
You're absolutely right, and I'll see you all both at the end. Best of luck to the two of you.
Phil, you will go on my first whistle. Dave, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
So Phil Ennis is doing this one for the family, all 11 of them. Here comes Dr. David with 4.5 seconds to catch up, and there's the family right behind him. Phil makes short work of the rope climb, and so does the doctor. And look at Phil's face, you can see what a hard task this handbike is. It's across the rolling beams and onto the cargo nets. And the doctor made a bit of a meal of that. Across the rolling beam. Oh! The flying doctor. A safe landing, though. Phil Ennis, first to the top. His hobbies include the yo-yo. He will feel like a yo-yo himself after completing this grueling eliminator course. Well, the doctor gets to the top and he'll be flying again as Phil takes to the balance beams, carefully guided by the family. And now, the travelator. He pumps up to the top there. He's gonna do it. Oh, I can't believe it. He's let go. He's let go. And here comes the doctor. And the doctor's never begun a more testing round than he's dropped. And again, but this time, Phil scrambles over. Phil Ennis grabs the rope for a place in the quarter-finals, and won't his 11 kids be proud of him? He gave it everything. Dr. David, a schoolboy footballer with Tottenham until he broke both legs in a car accident, and just look at those legs working now! Dr. David O'Halloran conquers the eliminator.
In pain.
Oh, my legs. That thing is agony. Oh.
Well, I have to tell you, you've got to come back and do it all again.
Oh, yes.
You've had some great support this evening.
Oh, I love them.
We look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. Well done, Phil Ennis.
Unlucky, David. That travelator, that does everybody, doesn't it?
Yes, I think it's hard to realise how tired your legs are when you get there. And mine were very tired.
It really is a tiring event, isn't it?
It most certainly is, but I wouldn't have swapped this week for any other sporting venture I've had. I really want to thank all my family and friends who've come to support me. They've been great, thank you.
You've really enjoyed it, haven't you?
I have, yes.
Well done. Let's hear it for David!
Everyone's a winner on Gladiators. They all faced the ultimate challenge and came through with flying colours, and now they celebrate with their families.
Well, after those 2 nail-biting eliminators, I think I'm ready for a lie down.
Me too.
Well, don't forget to join us, of course, next week for more gladiatorial action here on the Gladiators.
A woman!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
3, 2, 1. There is nobody as good at adding tension and fear to a countdown than the one and only John Anderson. He is back with his black and white striped shirt, which has been crisply ironed, I imagine. More Gladiators next on Challenge. Over on Pick, a new 60-minute makeover.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, ready, ready? Let's go! Let's go!
Music with more muscle.
Whitstable Indoor Arena here in Birmingham. Well, tonight we're going to be meeting 4 more contenders who were chosen from our nationwide search of over 22,000 applicants. More and more people are taking up the challenge this year, and there's no doubt about it, they're fitter, stronger and meaner than ever.
And what prizes for first place, Ollie? Incredible. £5,000 cash, plus a 4-wheel drive, off-the-road family vehicle! And there's more. A fabulous holiday for 2 on the Paradise Island in the Bahamas! Yes!
Almost tempting enough for me to enter, but I doubt it. Anyway, our runners-up, of course, won't be walking away empty-handed. They'll each take home £2,000. So let's meet the people who are fighting for the titles. This evening, the girls are Linda Dent
and Jackie Kinsella. Over! Come on, Jackie.
Good evening and welcome, Linda. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, feel wonderful, very confident.
You look wonderful. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
What I do is I teach children with special needs, and that's in a school in County Durham.
What's the school called?
The school's called Southampton Primary School.
And it looks like a few of them are here. How old are the children that you teach?
The children I teach are 5 to 7-year-olds.
Oh, bless. And I understand they've got a little nickname for you if you were a gladiator.
Well, what we did was all the children chose names and we put them into a hat. And the one that was chosen was Firefly, so that's my name.
Whoa. And have you got what it takes to be a gladiator?
Yes, no problems whatsoever.
I understand as well that you're a beautician as well.
I am, yes. I do various things like manicures and massage, waxing.
And how do you keep fit?
Well, I like to do circuit training classes mainly, and I also do weights and a little bit of running and a bit of boxing as well. So watch out.
Oh, goodness, we will be. And we'll be seeing you a little bit later on. And we must give a little wave to your 2 daughters who are sitting in the audience as well, right?
Yes, they're really excited. There they are.
Oh. Well, let's hear it for Linda Dent. Off you go. Firefly!
Now, Jackie, you're an air stewardess, am I right?
That's right, I work for Virgin Atlantic.
Any of your gang in the audience?
I think there's about 3 people.
Oh, there's a lot more than 3. Tell me, air stewardess, how on earth do you have would you find enough time to do your training?
It's quite hard, you have to be quite disciplined. When I manage to get myself out of bed, I usually go down the gym, so...
And what do you do down there?
A lot of running, a bit of weight training. Been doing a bit of boxing circuits with Chris out there.
Now tell me, are you here to seriously win, or are you here just for fun?
Initially, it was really for fun, but after spending a week here with the other guys and taking all the bruises, I think I'd like to win now, so it'd be quite nice.
Well, I've got to ask you, do you have time to watch the Gladiators at home on television?
Not a lot when I'm flying, but I do get people to video it for me, so don't miss out on all the fun.
Good, good. Well, you certainly won't miss out on any fun here today. Off you go, get yourself ready.
Thank you.
Jackie Kinsella!
So while the girls are preparing for their first event, let's meet the guys. This evening, they are Glenn Williams
and Chris Rawlinson.
Welcome, Glenn. How are you feeling?
Feel ready to go.
Tell us what you do and where you're from.
I'm from Manchester, where all the guys are from over there.
What sort of modelling work do you do?
I do catwalk and photographic work, and I get to travel quite often, which is quite fortunate, so...
What are you hoping to do after you've finished all your modelling?
I'd like to get into acting after, but there's still another good 10 years left in me, so...
Oh, well, that's good to hear. So, I understand, obviously, being a model, you have to look after your body and the way you look and whatnot, but coming on Gladiators, you could pick up 1 or 2 bruises. Does that not worry you?
Well, a long time ago, I was in the army, as my old mum says. And actually, I've been boxing for a long time. I just finished boxing, actually, in February, so that's helped me for my preparation for the Gladiators.
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll have done you some good. And you've got a nickname as well.
Yeah, the G-Man.
Well, let's hear it for the G-Man, Glenn Williams.
OK, Chris, tell us, what do you do for a living?
I'm a recreation assistant. I'm from Sheffield.
OK, let's break that down a little bit. What is a recreation assistant?
Well, the main duties include pool supervision, looking after customers, you know, the usual routine, working in gym, so on and so forth.
So you like meeting people, do you?
Oh, I love meeting people, working with people.
Oh, so you should get on well with our gladiators here today?
Well, somewhat. I'd rather be with them than against them.
Wise decision, Chris. What do you got hobbies? What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, I take part in all competitive sports, but athletics is my main sport, as I'm ranked 7th in the country at the moment and finished 5th in the recent World Trials.
So you take that very seriously?
Yeah, take it very seriously, like tonight.
Good. Off you go. Get yourself ready. Chris Rawlinson!
So that was the guys. Let's get the show on the road with our very first event.
Okay, and the first up is Linda! And she's going to be facing a Zodiac! Over to John Anderson.
Teacher Linda from County Durham, 5'6" and 9 stones, squaring up against Zodiac. Giving away 3 inches in the height department and 6 pounds in weight. Let's get ready to rumble. And referee John Anderson gets this third heat in the 1995 campaign underway. Linda's got 30 seconds to knock Zodiac into orbit for a 10-point win or go the distance for a 5-point draw. And at the moment, it looks as if she's going for the second option.
You must attack, contender. You must attack.
John Anderson reminding Linda the rules are quite clear. A defensive fight results in disqualification. Zodiac putting it about with a butyl stick. No real force behind the blows. All the effort going into pulling those faces. Oh, takes a couple on the helmet for Linda there just before the whistle. Not enough to make the Zodiac see stars. Linda's husband confident she's pulled the 5 points, though. Flashes down there.
Well done, Linda. You know, I looked at John Anderson, I thought he was going to disqualify you for not hitting back. You weren't attacking.
Well, I was trying to attack, but I was also trying to defend as well, so it was a bit hard.
And you got yourself 5 points.
Yeah.
Well done, Linda. Oh, hold on. Inquiry. Mr. Anderson.
Yes, John. The rules of this game demand that the contender attacks, otherwise they're disqualified. I just want to say that Linda only just got through by the skin of her teeth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anderson. Let's hear it for Linda! And the second of our female contenders is Jackie. And she's going to be facing a Falcon. Over to John Anderson.
Contender!
Air stewardess Jackie from Caversham, 5'9" and 10 stones, whereas the Falcon stands 2 inches shorter but carries an important 7-pound weight advantage. Oh, and Jackie immediately trying to knock the Falcon off her perch. Some good, solid whacks getting in. Mind you, if any of her passengers are looking in, they'll know not to give this girl any trouble on the plane when she's wheeling a trolley down the aisle. Falcon matching her, blow for blow. Oh, Jackie stumbles a bit. Falcon trying to punish that mistake. It's not good enough, though. Jackie found her rhythm again. Oh, neither girl really having the power to send the other flying. Some good work there by both girls. In the replay, Falcon rattles Jackie's cage a couple of times, but she refuses to take flight. A good 5 points there.
Wow, Jackie, that's the sort of battle we all want to see. Well done. Hard work.
Yeah, she's a tough nut, she is.
Hey, but you gave a lot. You took a little bit, but you gave a lot as well.
Yeah, I nearly went down a couple of times. Couldn't budge ya.
You stayed on. You got yourself your 5 points. Well done, Jackie.
Well done indeed. Scores after one event, 5 apiece.
On to the men. And the first up to do battle is the G-Man, Glenn. And he's going to be doing battle against the Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Looking at Glenn's stats, the Manchester model stands 6'1" and weighs in at 13 stones, whereas Hunter looks to have an extra 2 inches plus another 56 pounds at his disposal on the pugial platform. Let's get ready to rumble. Hunter! Oh, he's nailed him! And he did that in 2.5 seconds. He hammered Glenn to the ground. Hunter, the hitman, serving up a double dose of pure pugial power.
Whoa. The G-Man. Well, that was one heck of a knock. Firstly, are you all right?
Okay, I messed up big time there. Just the way it goes.
What happened? Was it your fault or was it a lucky one, can we say?
I tried jabbing him, he counter-punched me. He's very elusive, as I say, and that's just the way it went, so sorry.
Never mind, there's a long way to go. He's a strong guy. Let's hear it for the G-Man, Glenn! Hunter! Looks like you're going to make that event yours.
Well, John, we all have an inner rage inside ourselves. Trojan was psyching me up backstage, and I knew I was going to win from the time I looked into his eyes.
I don't think anybody here would argue with that, Hunter. That was one heck of a knock. Well done. Well done, Hunter!
That's the way to do, boy.
And next up to face our gladiator is Chris. And he's going to be facing, there's only one, a Saracen. Oh, we're going to John Anderson.
The stats show that recreation assistant Chris from Maltby is 6'1" and weighs just over 12 stone, whereas the Saracen stands 2 inches taller and with a massive 75 pounds weight advantage.
3, 2, 1.
So will Chris fare better than Glenn? Oh, not a lot. Ba-boom! Saracen struts his funky stuff.
Whoa. Whoa, Chris. It didn't give you much inspiration, did it? Seeing the other contender being knocked off like that.
No, the size of them is they're just massive, really. If you take the blows from there, you can take it from anything.
Well, from an outsider looking in, Chris, you didn't look too confident. I don't know why.
I wonder why. Ask yourself.
Did it hurt?
No, it didn't hurt. I think it's just shock. Once you get hit the first couple of times, that's it. You're out of here.
I think next time you're just going to jump down there early, eh? Save yourself a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I'll eat more fish and chips.
One of the two. Off you go. Let's hear it for Chris. Saracen. Maybe Trojan must be psyching you up like he psyched up Hunter. That was incredible.
We're all being psyched up. These contenders are coming in there. They're looking mean this year. You know, I've seen a few of them. They're looking big. They're looking fit. So we got together, you know, we got our minds together, and this is the result, you know. And I think he needs a bit more than fish and chips to come up here and face the Gladiators. Don't you think so?
I think so.
Exactly.
Let's hear it for Saracen. There is only one.
There is only one.
And Glenn and Chris are grateful for that. After one event, 2 KOs means 2 big O's. Time for our second event.
First up, it's Linda. And tonight she's facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Vogue, one of the latest Gladiator recruits, same height as Linda, but 10 pounds heavier.
Rotate the pole. 3, 2, 1.
It's a straight race up the 38-foot spiral stairway to heaven. 10 points if the contender reaches the top first. If the Gladiator wins, it's a plunge time. Vogue climbing strongly, her first outing on Polax. Linda faltering. Oh, Vogue smacks the button. Linda's got nowhere to go but down. Desperately close, and Linda's family know it. Vogue's turn to take the express lift down. Good performance from Vogue.
Unlucky, Linda. I actually thought that you got up first, but you didn't push the button, did you?
I just thought I was there and I was ready to push the button when they just went in, and that was it. I was gone.
You know, right at the top, there's about 38 feet. It's a bit scary up there, isn't it?
It is a bit scary, but it's good fun. I love that game.
Good.
I want to go again.
I don't know about that. No points. Let's hear it for Linda. Well done.
Next up against Vogue, it's Jackie. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready!
Jackie, 3 inches taller than Vogue, but 4 pounds heavier. I don't think weight is an issue, though.
Rotate the pole. 3, 2, 1.
And they're off, and Vogue climbing well again, and at this point looks to have the lead. Jackie more used to steps leading up to a plane. Half a turn from the button. Oh, Vogue's there! Smacks it, and the air stewardess makes a false landing. Another great climb by Vogue.
Unlucky, Jackie. Well, Jackie, you must be used to heights, being air stewardess.
Yeah, but there's no pilot or engine on that one. That's quite high. I had a bit of a slow start. Then I just got it together, but it's too late.
Did you think you were going to get there?
Yeah, just near the top, but never mind.
Long way to go. Let's hear it for Jackie! Vogue, well done. You were pretty quick up there.
It's the first time I actually performed that event in the show, so I'm really pleased to have beaten them both times.
Yeah, congratulations. Let's hear it for Vogue!
Vogue, our cover girl gladiator. Great future ahead of her. After 2 events, scores remain the same. Linda 5, Jackie 5.
So now we move into the men's pole acts. First up is Glenn. And he's facing Cobra.
Looking at Cobra's stats, he's an inch shorter than Glenn and more than a stone heavier. Could go against him.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's a great start by Glenn, anticipating the whistle, a former parachute. Oh, he slips there. That could cost him. And Cobra looks to be struggling. And look, Glenn smacks it. Presses the gladiator down button, and the Cobra's put back in his basket. 10 points to Glenn. Great result. Well, if we take a look at that race again, Glenn is very quick off the mark. Well, then he really falters halfway up the pole, but recovers strongly. Maybe Cobra needed someone on a pipe to charm him up. Glenn hits the top, and Cobra hits the bottom. Wallop!
Congratulations, Glenn. You're pretty fast.
I never thought I'd do it. I slipped a couple of times. I just didn't think I'd do it after the first slip, but I got there in the end. Thanks a lot.
Well done. You got yourself your 10 points. Well done, Glenn.
And that's the kind of performance his fans have come to see.
So next up against Cobra, it's Chris. Over to John Anderson.
Chris exactly 2 stones lighter than Cobra.
3, 2, 1.
In poleaxe for the contender, it's either summit or plummet, and it looks as if Chris is capitalising on that 28-pound weight advantage. Clearly in the lead over Cobra. A couple of struts from the button, smacks it. Cobra can hold on, but he knows he's heading south for a second time. In the replay, Chris looks to be clearly leading, and then Cobra somehow seems to claw it back. But it was Chris who got to the down button first. Cobra not keen to take the drop. This is one event that just keeps getting him down.
Congratulations, Chris. You slipped as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I slipped. Nice people, and I got up there. Absolutely happy. Brilliant.
You were a bit worried, weren't you, when you pressed the button and he didn't drop down?
Yeah, well, I looked across and still hanging there. I thought, oops, me down next.
That's a gladiator trick. Don't worry about that. Well done, Chris. 10 points.
Thank you very much.
Cobra, he was fast.
He was very fast, no excuses. I made a terrible start, but he was fast, and I don't think I would have caught him if I had a good start.
Well, there's honesty for you. Thanks, Cobra.
Cobra showing great character there, gracious in defeat. After 2 events, Glenn climbs to 10. Chris is up there with him.
Don't go away. Join us after the break for some more exciting action on the Gladiators!
Part 2 with the gauntlet. First up is Linda, and she's going to be facing Panther. Jet, Zodiac, Falcon, and Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready! 3.
Ahead of her, 45 metres of gauntlet and 5 gladiators. If Linda completes it in less than 30 seconds, she scores 5. In less than 20, gets her 10. She breezes past Panther and Jet. Zodiac trying to slam the brakes on. Oh, look at that! A flawed Zodiac. Linda, a part-time beautician and full-time teacher, getting some detention herself from the power pad to Falcon. Stand in that corner. Oh, she slipped past her. Oh, but boom! Straight into a belter from Lightning, putting the dent in Linda Dent. Time running down for Linda. No score, but what a valiant effort. She took some big punishment, but Michael, Cherry and Caroline look as stunned as Linda.
Oh, my goodness. You're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now, I have to say, that's a little bit different from doing manicures and pedicures, isn't it?
Just a bit, yeah.
How did you find it?
Pretty tough, really.
Well, no points on this occasion. But you were brave enough to do it. Let's hear it for Linda. So next up to run the gauntlet is Jackie. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators ready!
Jackie, an air stewardess. First time she's had to race down this kind of runway. And she's not packing a parachute either. Oh, well, Panther's no problem. And Jackie's had plenty of experience at jets. She knows how to find the emergency exit. Zodiac tries to close her down using a ramrod like a security barrier. Oops, so much for security. Jackie really fired up to face Falcon. Lightning strikes hard and tries to slam the brakes on. Oh, Lightning's earthed her ramrod. Jackie's through. Mum, Dad and brother delighted.
That was pretty tough. You suffered some turbulence there.
It was hard, they really gave us everything. Thought my head was going to be knocked off.
You looked very confident and very determined as you were going through, in fact.
Yeah, it was quite hard.
Do you want to know your time?
25 seconds.
25 seconds, 5 points. Well done. Well done. Let's hear it for Jackie.
After 3 events, Linda stays on 5. Jackie soars to 10. Now it's the men.
So first up is Glenn, and tonight he's facing Rhino, Hunter, Raider, the Wolfman, and Warrior.
Well, rather him than me. This is what Glenn had to say earlier.
One gladiator I'm not looking forward to meeting is Wolf, but I'll definitely give him back as much stick as he gives me.
3, 2.
Glenn, a model more used to parading on a catwalk than running a gauntlet, meets Rhino head-on. Glenn's body armour already coming undone. Bet this has never happened to him on a fashion show. Oh, it's gone completely now. John Anderson's going to have to stop it. There's the whistle. The mandatory safety equipment provides vital protection in this kind of physical event. One knock from Hunter and that breastplate completely ripped off, leaving Glenn dangerously exposed. So, with his armour now intact, Glenn finds himself where he left off, about to face Hunter with 15 seconds left on the clock.
2, 1.
And Glenn steams into Hunter, getting parried with those power pads, and backs his way into Raider's ramrod. Glenn getting a real mauling from Raider. Gladiators are not allowed to pin the contenders, and the referee is screaming at Raider. It's mayhem down there. And they're, oh, a bit of afters there. Old Warrior, after the whistle, he's been warned before. I seem to remember him promising that he obeyed all John Anderson's orders. There's Wolfie sticking it in there. Someone's going to get a yellow card. Send him off. Quite right, madam.
That is a yellow card. The next time it will be a red one.
Wolf officially cautioned. He won't like that. Told you. Maybe he's been having lessons off Eric Cantona.
I think he needs some lessons in manners.
What have I done wrong? Obviously, every game plan went out the window.
That's the way it goes, where the cookie crumbles. I'm sorry.
You didn't enjoy it?
Nope, but ready for the next game.
All right, then. Let's hear it for Glenn. Good try. Next up to run the gauntlet, it's Chris. Over to John Anderson.
Contender, ready! Gladiators!
Who changed places with him down?
3, 2, 1.
And Chris charges the Rhino, and Rhino's having none of it. Sends him back where he came from. And again! In fact, Chris having a tough time actually getting into the gauntlet, let alone running it. And Chris now trying to shoulder charge his way through. Rhino, not so much an endangered species as a dangerous one. Oh, Chris, crank it up, give it some push. Oh, clears Hunter and Raider. Oh, but Wolf tames him. Stops Chris dead in his tracks. Oh, he's been pushed, parried and punished, and all for no points. Another bad day at the office. And Chris can thank Rhino for that. Skillful, strong. What a great new signing this Gladiator has turned out to be.
You had terrible trouble at the beginning there, but then you did pretty well.
Yeah, I just couldn't get that big back in the end. That is massive.
Rhino, he's wider than he is tall.
Yeah, I felt the whole width, length and everything of him. That is massive.
Let's hear it for Chris. Well done. What can I say, Rhino? New Gladiator, terrific work there. I mean, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was brilliant. I enjoyed that. This game suits me down to the ground because it's a charging one. That's why they've all put me in the front. I love it.
Well, you did pretty well. Well done, Rhino.
I think pretty well's a bit of an understatement, Uli, when you look at that. Oh, and look at this. We love John Anderson, said the banner. The Wolves having none of it. That's what he thinks. John Anderson is furious. In fact, everyone is. Well, almost everyone. Don't wake him up. After 3 events, scores remain the same, 10 points apiece.
And in the yellow atmosphere is Jackie. And in the orange sphere, yes, it's Linda. And they're going to be rolling against a panther. And Amazon. Over to Johnny Anderson.
Linda driving the orange atmosphere, and she'll be banging up against Amazon. Jackie's in the yellow, and she'll collide in the middle with Panther. Panther will be giving away £4 to Jackie. Linda, on the other hand, faces a massive £21 deficit against the Amazon.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2...
Yes, it's time to rock and roll. And here comes Jackie. And here comes trouble. Getting up ahead of steam for the cosmic collision in the middle. Ba-boom! 60 seconds to score what you can. There's 3 points for every pod. Jackie and Linda both break for pod 2. Oh, Jackie's blown it. But so is Linda. On the far side, Jackie getting a free run on pod 3. Oh, way off targets. Should have made it pay. Linda persevering with pod 2. Go on, girl, push it up. Amazon's marking up. Jackie takes a smack from Panther. John Anderson ordering Amazon to move her sphere. Jackie breaks for a 3-pointer on pod 1. Scores! I think John Anderson giving Amazon some stick for stalling her atmosphere. Linda still struggling on 2 there. Here comes Jackie again with another free run. And there goes the whistle. Disappointing show from Linda. In the replay, Linda had neither the speed nor the strength to smoke it. Bit sad, really.
Linda, I know you're going to be very disappointed with that event. It was literally motionless.
It was. I just find it really hard to push these things. They're just so heavy. People don't realise how heavy they are.
And in fact, you were standing still and trying to push uphill up towards the pod.
I was trying to get it onto the pod. I thought, well, it's pointless going to any other. I've got to try and get on this one. And I just couldn't get it up. It's just too heavy.
I bet the children from the school enjoyed it, though.
Yes, I think they really did. I think
enjoyed seeing teacher in the cage. Well done, Linda.
Well, Jackie, you made that look very easy. You look like you were at home there.
No, it's quite difficult getting them over the centre. But I don't know, did I get one? I don't know.
Well, you did very well. 1 pod, that gives you 3 points. Well done, Jackie.
Absolutely impossible, literally, to try and get the atmospheres to move when you're stationary.
She's quite a small girl and they're very heavy, so obviously she was having a real difficulty moving it, and obviously I couldn't chase her, she couldn't move it, so I just stayed with her and kept her off the pod.
Just in case. And what about you, Panther? Not too bad.
I don't think my girl scored any. I think I managed to block her out, yeah?
I think you're incorrect on this, Matt.
No!
I think she scored 3 points.
Oh, my goodness. Let the side down. We'll be better next time.
You better be. Let's hear it for Panther and Amazon.
So Linda failing to move in her atmosphere and on the scoreboard. She stays on 5 while Jackie moves to 13. Next up, the guys.
So the men are ready. In the yellow sphere is Chris. And in the orange sphere, it's the G-Man. And they're going to be facing Raider. And there's only one, a Saracen.
Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's rock and roll.
Over to Mr. Anderson.
Saracen's looking forward to it, and little wonder he's over 4 stones heavier than Glenn and over 5 stones heavier than Chris. Raiders' stats much the same as Saracen's, give or take a couple of pounds.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
So it's Chris in the lemon and Glenn's in the orange, and I think it is going to get a bit fruity down there. Head to the middle, boom! Stopped in his tracks. Glenn makes a break on pod 3, smokes it. Now Chris drives towards pod 1. He scores. And now it's Chris making a break towards pod 2, and he's being marked out of it. Glenn taking the long way round to pod 1. Up and over. That's a score. The smoke's late, but that's 3 points there. And I think Chris, yes, trying again for pod 2. Foiled again. Good marking by the Glads. Oh, they're both going for pod 1. There's going to be a head-on crash. Oh, have that. Glenn's well placed to score, but he can't finish it. Glenn's making a break for pod 2. He's all on his own, gets it over the middle, scores! Here comes Chris, gets a face full of smoke, but no cigar. That was good for me. In the replay, Chris has a very strange start, has all the steam taken out of him on the clash, and miraculously finds himself facing a free pod. Smoking.
Well done, Chris. Tell me, Chris, what happened at the start there? It looked like you got lost.
Yeah, when we all crashed together, I didn't know where I was at all. I got away. I think I went over to one of the pods, but after that I was cornered. That was about it.
Well, 1 pod, 3 points. Well done.
Well, Glenn, I don't know what to say. I felt that was a rather disappointing round, but I'm only kidding, you scored 9 points. You must be pleased with that.
Excellent. It's time for the art events now.
It's a lot of legwork in atmospheres, isn't it?
It certainly is. You just got to keep pushing and rolling and hope you don't get blocked. But I was lucky and excellent 9 points. Thank you.
You took great advantage of that. Well done, Glenn. 9 points.
Well, Ray, now what actually happened when you came off the ramps? It looked like everybody just got collision there.
Well, that was the game plan, and we take whichever man's available at the time.
Well, it looked like you lost your man. Who was actually marking Chris?
Actually, we shared his switch, which we were entitled to. I took the other guy. I gave him a few bangs here and there, you know. I'm smoking, I'm not joking, I'm a rage in the cage.
Yes, let's hear it for Saracen and Raider!
Well, who could disagree with that? Whatever he said. Oh, you missed. And again.
Okay.
After 4 events, Glenn rolls up to 19, Chris up to 13. Next up.
And the last event before the Eliminator. Using the red balls is a Linda! And on the blue, it's a Jackie. And guarding those 5 baskets is a Lightning, Vogue, and the deadly Nightshade! Over to John Anderson.
Contenders, ready! And here goes, ready!
Hubble, bubble, what a trio of trouble. Earlier today, Linda told us of her biggest fear on the Powerball pitch.
I think I'm not really looking forward to meeting Nightshade. She's a lot taller than me, and I think she's a very good gladiator.
Let's play ball. Jackie against Nightshade. Oh, leaves deadly for dead. 2 points. Lightning, no-nonsense tackle on Linda. Jackie again, bundled out by Vogue. Linda faces Nightshade off. Oh, easily dispossessed. Vogue steams in on Jackie. Contenders score 2 points for every outer basket, 3 points for the central one. Linda squares up to Lightning. Lightning strikes. Jackie outsprints Vogue. Nightshade's there. John Anderson enforcing the rules. They're quite clear. Gladiators must release the contender once the ball is grounded. Here's Jackie. Oh, slipped it in very nicely for 2 points. Late tackle by Vogue. Reloads, looking for the gap. Vogue closes Jackie down. And Lightning wrestles Linda down. And Linda's in the wars throughout all this event. Contenders very tired now, 3 seconds on the clock. And they'll be glad to hear the whistle. Good event for Jackie, though.
Well, Jackie, getting harder. Final game before the Eliminator. What was going through your mind before you started?
Whether I could finish it in a minute. It's quite long, quite tired now.
It's getting harder, isn't it? But you're nearly there.
The girls gave a really good fight then. They were out for us that time.
Well, well done. You've got yourself 4 points. Well done. Linda, the last event, as we've said, it's all about determination and guts and steel. It was very hard, wasn't it?
Very hard indeed, yeah, really tough.
Did you think you might have got some points?
I thought I might have scored at least 1, but it didn't happen.
Well, you're certainly right. Unlucky. No points, Linda. Get yourself ready for the Eliminator. Let's hear for our Gladiators, Lightning, Vogue, and the deadly Nightshade.
Good performance from the Gladiators, and Lightning still got the energy for a victory roll. Whoops, a staggering performance there after 5 events. Linda's on 5, Jackie 17, the men are next.
So our 2 very, very brave contenders are ready. Using the red balls, the G-Man! And on the blue, Chris! And they're going to be facing Rhino, the Trojan, and the mighty Warrior!
Yes, these guys make a game of Powerball more like a demolition derby. Take your time, boys.
3, 2, 1.
Chris against Rhino. Sells him the dummy very sweetly. 2 points, thank you very much. Trojan's there this time, though. Glenn against Rhino. Good tackle with Warrior as cover. Chris again. Rhino's on his case. Glenn walks straight into Trojan. Chris faces Warrior. Warrior does the biz. Glenn. Rhino's diving about like a Colombian goalkeeper. He's having a great show. Chris. Rhino again. Trojan on Glenn. And Warrior flew in there for a bit of a late tackle. Very high. side. John Anderson rebukes him, and rightly so. Trojan charges Chris out of bounds. Excellent performance from the Gladiators, particularly by Rhino. And there's the reason why. He always gets his man. Chris, flattened by Warrior. Last chance for Glenn. And easily denied by Trojan. And Glenn shows his frustration. There's the whistle. In fact, it wasn't Glenn's event at all. Hard tackles coming in from different angles and different Gladiators. Take some of that. Rhino, what a Gladiator.
G-Man, doesn't get any harder. No harder than that. How do you feel now?
A few second lead. Trying to use it to the best of my advantage. They're not the stopping out of us. But we're both ready to go. We'll give it a good little final eliminator. But we need some good cheering in this last final eliminator.
Oh, you'll get that. No points, but let's hear it for the G-Man. Chris, I've got to ask you, you two must be absolutely mad. I mean, what possesses you want to take on these three guys, honestly?
I don't at the moment. I'm just thinking about that, actually. Must be an absolute nut with all that weight about.
Any knocks, bumps?
Just the usual, really. You know, they had 20 stone and so on.
Last 15 seconds to go. Anything particular goes through your mind?
A lot of parts of your body, usually.
Well done. You got yourself 2 points. Well done, Chris. Get 2 for Gladiators, Trojan, Warrior, and the Rhino.
Well, I bet the guys are glad to see the back of them after 5 events. Glenn 19, Chris 15.
Don't go away, because you can see a lot more exciting action on the Gladiators! Hoorah!
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's eliminator time. Now, in the women's competition, Linda's on 5 points, Jackie's ahead on 17. That's a 12-point difference, which will give Jackie a 6-second head start.
Jackie, you will go on my first whistle. Linda, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1...
Jackie Kinsella, 26-year-old transatlantic flight attendant, originally from Liverpool, now from Caversham, tackles the high and low beams. And here comes Linda Dent from County Durham, 33-year-old married lady with 2 children. Jackie's on the rope, and if anything, extending her lead. Linda's struggling on the rope, in desperate trouble. Jackie once worked as a massage therapist, plays volleyball and tennis. Both of those need a net, but not quite like this. And the lead is growing. Jackie at the top now, goes to the furthest zip line. Surely Linda can't make up this deficit. Jackie needs to keep her composure and to keep something back for that awesome travelator. Now, up the travelator, she pumps it, keeps her head up high. Oh, just makes it, grabs the rope for a place in the quarterfinals. Jackie Kinsella. Here comes Linda. And she pumps it up the travelator with a big smile on her face, a great contender. Oh, look at that, she let her head go down, and her daughter with tears in her eyes. Oh, and a reassuring hug from Big Sis. As Mum tackles the travelator for the second time, this time she's done it! Linda Dent completes the eliminator. Cheered on by husband Michael.
Congratulations, Jackie. How does it feel?
Just fantastic. It's absolutely brilliant.
You worked very hard all day, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been quite hard because it's quite late, but I've had a brilliant time and Linda's done excellent as well.
Well done. We'll be seeing you again. Let's hear it for Jackie.
Thank you.
Linda, you're such a determined little thing. There was no way you were going to not go up that travelator.
I was determined to get up there. Well done to Jackie. She's a really good contender. I wish her all the best in the show. And I've really enjoyed myself, can I just say. And I want to thank all my fans for coming. Thanks for supporting me.
Well, as Linda goes to her family to console her daughters, there's the winner, Jackie Kinsella. But despite those tears, Linda is very much a winner in her family's eyes here on Gladiators. Next is the men's. Glenn Williams from Manchester has a 4-point lead over Maltby's Chris Rawlinson, and that converts to a 2-second head start for a place in the quarter-finals.
Glenn, you will go on my first whistle. Chris, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
So Glenn makes the most of his 2-second head start, and here comes Chris. Chris had some experience in the Royal Marines. Glenn was with the Paras for 4 years. You could say this is soldier on Eliminator. Glenn on the handbike, and he's making hard work of it. And look at the speed of Chris Rawlinson. And Chris is going to touch down first. Glenn's a little bit short of the platform. Chris is across onto the cargo net, and Glenn, oh, he fell. That's going to cost him 10 seconds. And now Chris steaming ahead. A bit previous there, Andrew Norgate releases him as Chris goes across to the furthest zip line. I bet he can't believe this. What a turnaround. And now Glenn struggling, and his family can hardly bear to watch. Chris across the balance beams, composed, head high, and head for glory at the travelator. Yes! A place in the quarter-finals with a 2-second deficit. What a contender. Glenn Williams just touches down what must be going through his head. He had that 2-second head start on Chris. Chris is already finished. And now in Glenn's mind, all he has to do is concentrate on finishing this eliminator. And the crowd behind him as he pumps it up the travelator. He does it in 1.
Congratulations, Chris. When did you do it? It was the handbike, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've seen in practice that I've been going quite well across the handbike. And I thought with the endurance from the athletics, I thought I'd be able to pull it back. It came through.
You certainly did. Going up the cargo net as well?
Yeah, no problems at the cargo net. Usually when you hit it, a few lost feet for the holes and so on. But Glenn, absolutely brilliant competitor and friend. Pushed me all the way.
Great stuff. Let's hear it for Chris.
Oh, that's nice. A big hug from Jackie, his fellow winner.
Well, Glenn, if there is such a thing as a minor disaster, then you've had it.
My arms just give way, and it's where the cookie crumbles. I'm sorry. Chris, great winner. I'm sorry for all my fans out there. It's just the way it went. Thanks for coming, everybody. Gladiators, cheerleaders, everybody. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, it's been great to have you on the show. You're a very fit guy. And the very best of luck with modelling and acting. Let's hear it for Glenn Williams.
So it's condolences to the G-Man as the winner takes a bow.
Well, that's the end of another show, but we'll be back again next week.
We certainly will. So join us then here on the Gladiators.
Awooga!
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Nostalgia in a tankard. Jim Bowen will be here with Bullseye next on Challenge. And tonight at 9, it's The Chase. Can you name 2 chasers who feature in the Australian version of the show? It's The Beast and The Governess. We'll find out if either will be making a star turn later.
Are you ready?